Of course, this is all getting copyrighted, so I'm like,
Oasis isn't good.
it's a pain in the butt.
Right?
So I'm friends all over. Like I'm a small contact creator, but you know, I have a DJ community too, of course, as I produce, and that community, they pay for licensing, and they get constantly taken down after 2 hours. With paid licensing and everything, they have the okay, and their bots are just stupid. Right?
YouTube is very, very cynical about it.
Yeah, they totally are. Hey, what's up, Michael Stubacker? How you doing, brother? Yeah, it's gonna start here in about 30 minutes. I was trying to get a test thing, but I'm like, I don't want to rewrite the stuff, bro. But this is pretty cool for the swivel too. As I was saying, this thing's flimsy, but this is cool. Like, oh yeah, nice and smooth. Yeah, I know. TC dude, what's up, brother? Yeah, this one's gonna be copyrighted to hell and back, bro. I was just commenting with someone here. Nice, CC, dude. Sorry. And we'll try it. Let's do a little experiment, see if we can get that one over there. That one's a little rough. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we got a little bit of leeway here. Nah, that's too much. Okay. We'll get it right throughout the thing, guys. But we got that nice swivel over to stage. Oh, it's not hot, everyone. Hell yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Richard? We're at MagicCon. So, about, I don't know, a little less than 20 minutes. They're starting the preview panel for the rest of this year and next. Nice. We're just doing some test shots here. I think we're good to go.
guys need one more? No, we're good. Oh yeah, go for it, man.
It's so amazing, guys, that I got up this close.
Really? That's why you got here early, you know?
Yeah, exactly, man. Well, if people are amazed how far I get with, like, anything. Like, we couldn't find the line and had to bust some parent chat action. Managed to get Rosewater, and they were overbooked for the professor for a meet greet.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because Professor and Rosewater is hard to really catch on the floor. You'll be able to catch Gavin, Blake, and a few others, but they kind of, you know.
And my first one I met Richard Garfield.
Yeah.
He's very, very hard to get to.
For Richard Garfield? Yeah, I would imagine.
I
didn't try.
He lives in Australia now.
Oh, is that what it is?
So he rarely
okay.
comes to these, but when he does,
yeah,
it's hard to get him. I briefly met him, so.
Nice. And that's Aaron Forsyth, right? I think that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the Wizards people with us. So.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna pop up and say hi, but.
Oh yeah, super nice guy.
Oh yeah.
You don't meet any unfriendly people in these kind of conventions.
I'm in showbiz, so I know when someone's rude. It's like, hey, have a magical day. They're totally that bomb.
Oh, I used to write for Variety. I know.
Oh,
I know.
okay. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. It just when things are overly opinionated and not like unbiased anymore, it's rough, man. You know. I'm gonna pop and say hi. Oh god.
Yeah, go for it.
I had this perfect though, so I have to like do the Captain Morgan thing.
There you go.
What is going on, MagicCon Las Vegas 2026? How are we doing out there today? I'll be honest, that's a little weak. We gotta try that again. I said, how are we doing out there today? That is so much better. That's the energy that we're gonna need all day long right here at the Mana Stage, because we've got some awesome stuff coming up for you. My name's Steven. I'm gonna be out here for you, and it's gonna be a lot of fun today. We have first up on our list the preview panel. You are not gonna wanna miss this. So, if you're out there at those free-to-play tables, come on over, get close, stand by, find a spot, because we've got all the upcoming information for those upcoming sets that you wanna know, and it's gonna be right here on the stage. It's gonna be awesome. You're not gonna wanna miss that. Shortly after that, we have Secret Lair presents Redacted with Mark Rosewater. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be at 2:30 to 3:30. So don't leave. All right, you're not going to want to leave. You're going to stay around for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And last but not least, we've got Game Nights Live right here on the Mana Stage. Let's make some noise. Playing live for you in the audience. We're going to have that. It's going to be so much fun. You guys are going to love it. Tonight, we also have our official MagicCon Las Vegas after party over at Area 15. That's going to be from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. You guys are going to have a great time. We've got a live band, we've got a DJ, and we're going to have karaoke. So I hope to see you guys out there. I hope you're having a great weekend, and you're looking forward to all the fun that MagicCon Las Vegas has in store for you. I'll see you guys real soon. Have a good time.
Yeah, they're just getting set up, and I am worried about that too, about the copyright, bruh. So lame. So I'll probably have to cut it at the 2-hour mark and start it ASAP. So I probably won't be able to title the next one, guys, but I will be on it.
One of the stores or content creator? What's that? Oh, Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Like the movie company? Okay, nice.
First with them.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure how the guys work that, because isn't it like you're part of the estate then, or?
Oh, sorry. What's that?
You said you work with Lord of the Rings, so like you're part of the estate?
So we run the license.
Oh, okay. So you're like
License
direct.
from Warner Brothers.
Right. Oh, that's so cool.
I'm helping them with some they don't have a person.
Yeah.
But I'm an associate.
Right.
So it's really cool because like I get to like get in there and see what people want, you know, and then like kind of activate the conversation.
Now,
Here I'm like, what do you want from the Hobbit deck? Like, what do you want, like,
Yeah.
the initial sets down.
Right.
What you want for, like,
Yeah. Well, would you be down to like want to stop busy, like interview real quick, or like schedule something? Sweet. Because I'm a producer, but not like. If you're a producer, you make everything happen, right? Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do for music. That's what I do for everything. So
you're good at finding the spot.
that is what she said. Unless you got a business card. Yeah, you're right here, babe. I know, babe. Hold on. I gotta do what I can do. It's alright. Oh, one second.
Oh, I was sitting there.
Oh, yeah. Is there someone next to you, or? Oh, there is? Okay. We can. Take this one.
No, I was sitting here.
We can move this off. Or you can have my seat. I'll sit on the floor out there. Take my seat. I said it was okay, babe, because I had to say that.
You had me wait in line.
With it.
You, and I fucking don't get it.
No, I'm moving this. No,
No, you need to say you're handicapped.
it's okay, babe. I'm gonna be here. Okay. Go for it. Take that seat.
It's too squishy.
Huh? Here, this one's fine. It didn't. Stop it. Take this seat. It's fine. I have this prime spot. And it was, he has that yeah, so it's like, well, I guess I can make it. That's all. I was just trying to be like, cool. So I take my seat. So, it's fine.
I'll sit back here. So y'all squish. That's why I have that seat. Okay.
What line? You got yourself started. I didn't ask you. You didn't get any?
They ran out of bread. Mine for 30 minutes.
Oh, they ran out of bread? That's not me. Yeah. One second, baby. Right there? Remember he's all happy last time? Yeah. I'm calling, but let's head, where did you go? You said they're outside. Yeah, but Lily? Oh, I see. Nice. Really? Oh, that's sick, man. Nice. Yeah. I think I ran into her last time. I think so. I don't know. Definitely not. Hey, Benson, what's up, brother? I hope they have good cards too, man. I've already met some interesting hats by here. Next to a writer, Aaron Forsyth already, and potential interview for the guys that hold on to the contracts for Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. So that's going to be very interesting. I'd love to learn what the producer aspect of that is. Hell yeah.
Foil Armor is a two-way humidity control pack designed to keep your cards flat and protected. No weird hacks or guesswork. It actively maintains 65% humidity by adding or absorbing moisture as needed. Safe, non-toxic, salt-free, and easy to use. Just drop it in with your cards and go.
Don't know yet, Benson.
Whether you're storing, displaying, or flipping high-value foils, Foil Armor keeps your collection in mint condition. Humidity? Handled. Store with Foil Armor.
What's up, everybody? It's me. I'm back. Hi. All right, I got a question. Who was at MagicCon Chicago last year? MagicCon Chicago? Okay. All right. Well, so if you were there, I got to work with DJ Elliott, and he lovingly referred to me as the intern. And this year, I have the cue cards. So this is good for me. I'm very excited, not only as someone who loves to do this kind of stuff, but as someone that loves Magic the Gathering. This is a really big deal for me. I'm very excited to be here. Who is excited about the new Strixhaven set? Oh, it is such a good set. I actually was so lucky, I pulled a Force of Will yesterday, and I've never been more excited to use my phone to translate a card to understand a card. Won't be using that one, but it's in my binder, so I'm very excited. You get to get in the spirit of Strixhaven with GameGenix's official accessories for the set. You'll find them Hall C2, that's this hall, at booth 14025, so definitely go over there, check it out. The encyclopedia set that they've got for all your cards. You guys definitely haven't, if you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. It's a lot of fun. They've got some great products. You definitely need to go over there and check it out. We have got some incredible panels for you guys today, and I'm very excited. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our actor and host of the Command Zone podcast and Game Nights, who will be back later today for Game Nights Live. We've got Jimmy Wong. Make some noise.
How's it going, everybody? Oh my goodness, we got a packed hall in here. I mean, this is the biggest MagicCon Vegas ever, by the way. I think we are crossing 25,000 people this weekend. That only sounded like 100 people cheering. What was up with that? I'm just kidding. All right, so today we are going to be touring around the multiverse and, of course, beyond. So we're going to get cozy and go on an adventure as we explore the Hobbits. Then we'll make you question everything you know about the multiverse with Reality Fracture. And after all that, if you think you're in need of a hero, we're going to supercharge the end of their show with, of course, Marvel superheroes getting ready to swing, fly, and slam their way into action. And to help us tell these amazing stories, we've got a great lineup of guests today, and boy, oh boy, we have quite a surprise at the end of the show. So if you are just showing up, stick around. You are not going to want to miss it. So, MagicCon Vegas, are you ready? It's going to be the best preview panel ever. Let's do this.
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort.
Yes. Yes.
I'm very excited to begin our first look at The Hobbit, everybody. Our journey today is going to take us through the major moments from the story, and it's quite familiar, so I'm sure many of you here. Of course, we need some people to help us do that, so please welcome to the stage from Wizards of the Coast, Andy Sardellis and Nick Markendale. Come on in. So you both have been hanging out around the Shire, haven't you? Tell us about what you do on the
Oh yeah, hi folks, I'm Annie Sardellis, a principal game designer. I recently led the vision design for Secrets of Strixhaven, but the Hobbit is my first set lead, so I hope you enjoy.
Very cool. Hey there everyone, I'm Nick Markinson. I am a senior nerd designer for the Universes Beyond team. I've worked on a few sets like Final Fantasy and Avatar: The Last Airbender. But
Way too bright,
for today,
yeah.
I was the creative set lead on The Hobbit. Also, my first time being a set lead.
Nice. Well, you are the perfectly expected party to take us through our first look at The Hobbit. I am so very excited about this set. A story, of course, that very famously did start off with a
For
rather
the love of beautiful things, made by hands, and by cunning, and by magic, moving through him. A fierce and a jealous love, the desire of the hearts of the dwarves. Then something tookish woke up inside him, and he wished to go see the great mountains, and hear the pine trees and the waterfalls, and explore the caves, and wear a sword instead of a walking stick.
Nick, this is our first look at the art of the set. Now, many of us here have read the book and are familiar with the story, but for anyone that hasn't or needs a refresher, what exactly are we looking at here?
So, one afternoon, while Bilbo is preparing afternoon tea in Bag End, he is expecting Gandalf to arrive at his doorstep, but instead, 13 dwarves and Thorn and company arrive instead. So, Bilbo has been identified as the burglar for this party that the dwarves need in order to go to Erebor, the Lonely Mountain.
Now, much of today we're going to be looking at both a mixture of art and cards. And of course, it's only natural that an unexpected party is going to be our very first card of MagicCon Vegas! Let's see the card. And Annie, tell us what went into crafting this card.
Yeah, so as Bilbo would say, we are going on an adventure. One of our personal favorite mechanics is returning here. I saw online a lot of people theorizing about
Thank you, Chris.
I wonder if the Hobbit set is going to have any dwarves. Well, let me tell you, there are more than enough dwarves. This card in particular, you can make as many as you like, because if you're not familiar with the story, there really is just one titular Hobbit, the Hobbit, right? But there are way too many dwarves, so you're going to see a bunch of those throughout this presentation.
A lot of dwarf tokens, you might say. Well, let's take a look at what that dwarf token might look like. Adventuring. Need some light. Now, I could do a joke about this next card, but I don't want to troll you, so let's just get right into it.
Alright, well, you won't have to troll me much longer. We got a few here on the screen. These are the 3 trolls in the troll shots, Tom, Bert, and William, respectively, of course, where they are enjoying a nice warm fire and some roast mutton. At this point, Bilbo tries to prove himself as the company's burglar, and things get a little chaotic from here.
Yeah, alright, let's take a look at the card.
Alright, yeah, here's Tom, Bert, and William. Get ready to feed these guys some of your own creatures. The bigger the better, as you get to draw cards based off how large that creature is. And the second part of the card tells the story, spoilers, when Gandalf shows up and blasts these guys with sunlight, they turn into stone, so they get to stick around on the artifact as an artifact on the battlefield.
Alright, let's keep on rolling with a beloved character who is really, isn't really known for his sense of humor. I guess he's heard all the jokes before. Let's take a look.
Alright, so we do have some returning characters from Tales of Middle-earth. The first one, Elrond, returns. So, the company find themselves in Rivendell at Elrond's last homely house. And it is here where Elrond is able to decipher a secret message on the back of Thor's hat in the moonlight. And from here, that secret message tells the company of a hidden entrance into Lonely Mountain. And so, with this information, the company now needs to travel into the dangerous, misty mountains.
Alright, well, buckle up. Some big things are about to happen.
What have I got in my pocket? Bilbo said aloud. He was talking to himself, but Gollum thought it was a riddle, and he was frightfully upset. Not fair, not fair, Gollum hissed. It isn't fair, my precious, is it? To ask us what it's got in its nasty little pocketses. Bilbo, seeing what had happened and having nothing better to ask, stuck to his question. What have I got in my pocket? He said louder.
All right, MagicCon Vegas, what do you think he might have in his pocket?
A One Ring.
I didn't hear anything, but it sounded funny. Now, Magic fans are very familiar with the One Ring, but meeting it and Gollum in The Hobbit was at a very different point in the story, right?
So yes, we did design another take on the ring, this time expressed as owned by Gollum as his precious. Being able to use adventure allowed us to tackle this concept from a different angle. We all know the ring passes between hands through rather violent means, so that's where the allure of power adventure comes in. But mostly the ring at this time was just sort of something to help you be sneaky, turn invisible, so that's how it is here. And, oh yeah, this is the first time we're seeing the Dragon Horde frame. This is a art treatment that you're going to see on several cards in the set.
Very cool. And in Chapter 5, Bilbo does make that very fateful discovery.
Yes, he does indeed. Alright, so after escaping Goblin Town, Bilbo finds himself deep down in the Misty Mountains, where suddenly he finds a most peculiar treasure, a magical ring. However, in order to keep his new prize, he has to play a game of riddles. So we just saw the art a second ago, but now let's see the card.
Yeah, it's time for some riddles in the dark.
Here we can see that fantastic art from earlier put to the card of Riddles in the Dark. This is a card draw spell where you sort of engage with the battle wits of your opponent, making two different piles, one known, one unknown, one in your pocket, one not, if you will, and try to get the better end of the deal in this card.
Yeah. If you're familiar with fact or fiction, it's kind of similar to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Now, we see him in the background here, but he is quite the important character in the story. So let's take a look at Gollum the Abandoned. And I love this art. Nick, what were you all going for here?
Yeah, so we are wanting to show the moment that Gollum realizes that the ring has abandoned him. He has lost his precious, and he thinks that Bilbo might have taken it from him.
Perhaps.
He's
not too happy about that.
Not too.
Now, as we move through the book, there are, of course, many more beloved characters, including one very famous, very bearded wizard.
Yep, so, of course, couldn't make Middle-earth set without Gandalf. Gandalf returns. Here we are showing him right after his adventures with the Eagles of the Great Shelf. And now we are beginning to make our way closer and closer to Mirkwood, where I think we might see some wood elves.
Wood elves, you say?
Wood elves.
Huh. Never heard that name before. What might that look like in a world of Magic the Gathering?
It's that light right there, bro. That's what's messing with us. That one right there.
Alright, yeah, so here's a real classic.
Yeah.
Any old time players here? We got some Wood Elves. First time printed in 97 in the set portal. Our Wood Elves card here never left the design file from start to finish. It's just this perfect marriage of Tolkien and Magic, because Magic, like many other games, is very inspired by his work. And, you know, you can even see Wood Elves mentioned by name in the text of the flavor text straight out of The Hobbit. So it's just an awesome card and pretty strong for a common, too.
Sometimes it just works perfectly like that. Now, speaking of elves, let's take a look at another fan favorite character. It's Thranduil, the Elven King.
Yes. Thranduil, one of my favorite characters in The Hobbit. He is the Elven King of the Woodland Realm in Mirkwood, but you also might know him as the father to Legolas. So when the company disturbed the Wood Elves' festivities in Mirkwood, Thranduil captures them and interrogates them on their unusual business here in his realm. And now, once they are all captured, it is up to one small hobbit to save the day.
All right, who wants to take a look at Bilbo? Here is the new owner of a brand new One Ring. Well, not so new. It's Bilbo Luckweaver.
Yeah, this is Bilbo's uncommon card. You'll also be seeing him at other rarities, maybe even in this presentation. But his adventure here is a reference to his burglaring prowess, as you get to do a bit of a switcheroo, like take your dinky treasure, trade it for a ring of power, whatever have you. We're also seeing him in the Dragon Horde frame and a promo for the Commander frame.
Very cool. Now, of course, Bilbo is taking
light
center
spin's bad,
stage here
man.
as our main
There you
character.
go.
But what is the actual center stage of this setting? And it's quite the stage. Let's take a look at one very lonely mountain.
Yeah, so the Lonely Mountain is our final destination of the dwarves' quest in this story. And of course, as many of you might know, it is the home to the one and only most villainous, most magnificent dragon, Smaug.
Well, we have this amazing amphitheater with that incredible atmosphere ready to go. I think it's time we meet the big bad of this story.
Revenge, Smaug taunted, and the light of his eyes lit the hall from floor to ceiling like scarlet lightning. Revenge? The king under the mountain is dead, and where are his kin that dare seek revenge? Girion, Lord of Dale, is dead, and I have eaten his people like a wolf among sheep. And where are his sons that dare approach me? I kill where I wish, and none resist.
Whew.
All right.
I'm sorry, dragons just get me a little excited.
Deep within the ancient halls of Erebor, Smaug has made his home here in the soul and opulence of the Dwarven Kingdom. Bilbo and Smaug have a tense and boastful standoff here against each other, and the events that follow are truly tragic, to be sure.
Right. Now, this is Smaug in action. Next, we have the art that you saw as Smaug the Great Calamity.
Yes, so Smaug, now awoken and alert, leaves Lonely Mountain to lay waste upon the population of Lake Town for helping Bilbo and Thorin disturb his restful slumber. Smaug believes he is the one true king under the mountain, and no one will dare take that away from him.
Indeed. All right. We know what he looks like now, Annie. Let's see what he is inside the game, Annie.
Oh, baby.
Okay, so here's Smaug the Magnificent at our red mythic. We pulled out all the stops for this guy. He's got flying, he's got haste, he's got 4/3/4. And anytime we have this kind of combination of damage and treasure, we know that's a winning combination. So I hope Smaug destroys all of your standard games.
I think he's going to do a bit more than just standard, based on what I've seen happen in other formats. Of course, he makes treasure tokens, right? So let's take a look at one of the treasures in the set. Treasure. And of course, there are several versions of Smaug that we can get ready to see.
Oh yeah, there's quite a variety of different treatments for Smaug. You can see the Dragonborn frame here. And there's also going to be a couple different expressions of Smaug across rarities as well. So yes, that way he can mess up every format you were mentioning from, draft to commander as well.
So Smaug is both a headline act in the story, and he's our headliner card in the set. Nick, should we show them what you've done with this?
I think we should.
Oh boy.
just one of the most legendary dragons in the fantasy genre. We felt like this was the right place to do this. We don't often do villainous headliners, and this is maybe a little bit different than what we did last time from Tales of Middle-earth, but we really wanted to showcase, again, such an iconic character that has a nice golden gleam here, like something out of his treasure hoard.
Now, of course, Smog does have a couple of people that do stand in his way, so take this guy for an instance.
Alright. So Bard the Bowman. Smog descends upon Lake Town, but he is not ready for the skilled marksman that is Bard the Bowman. So, with his ancestral black arrow and a little bit of help of some inside information, Bard is able to fend off Smog, but if you can believe it, this is not where our story finishes quite yet.
That's right, we're moving on towards the climax of the story, so let's check in on what the dwarves are up to.
Now the days passed slowly and wearily. Many of the dwarves spent their time piling and ordering the treasure. And now Thorin spoke of the Arkenstone of Thrain, and bade them eagerly to look for it in every corner. For the Arkenstone of my father, he said, is worth more than a river of gold in itself, and to me it is beyond price. That stone of all treasure I name unto myself, and I will be avenged on anyone who finds it and withholds it.
Wow. Annie, can you tell us a little bit about the Arkenstone?
Sure thing. So, the story.
Woo! That was intense.
Oh wow.
The story of the Hobbit is not without its own powerful artifacts that Ark brings. Here we have the Arkenstone, which kicks off Thorin's quest to reclaim this artifact of his heritage and reclaim his rightful seat as king under the mountain. On the adventure, you can go and find whoever you would like to take that throne, and we also have a fairly strong ability on the other side in an anthem, and of course drawing extra cards.
And for the first time, you're seeing another one of our special treatments that we decided to go for with a few select cards in the set. We really wanted to harken back to old fantasy literature novels that perhaps you'd find at your local stores or at your local library back in the day. We think that these are poignantly classic. We designed them to be super nostalgic. Like I said, there's quite a few of them in the set, and as a tease, there might be another one coming up in just a bit.
Ooh, can't wait. Okay, amidst all this, what is Bilbo up to?
All right, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Bilbo has grown up quite a bit since his uncommon earlier. Here you can see him at his mythic with another dragon horde frame. This version of Bilbo allows you to cast, spells that you stole, that you have in places other than your hand. You're able to sneak him through in combat. Your graveyard is going to open up and be all sorts of spells you can access. So this Bilbo is not messing around.
He's definitely not thief in the night. And so we come, of course, to the big finish of our story.
So began a battle that none had expected. And it was called the Battle of Five Armies, and it was very terrible. Upon one side were the goblins and the wild wolves, and upon the other were elves and men and dwarves. This is how it fell out.
Nick, who are we looking at here?
Alright, so as the battle of Five Armies begins to ramp up, Thorn calls upon the aid of his cousin, Dane Ironfoot of the Iron Hills. So here we're seeing Dane's forces as they begin to approach Erebor for the battle to come.
And of course, we have another very famous character we're going to take a look at here next. Here is Thorin, the Mountain King. Wait, no, sorry, Gloin the Mighty. What am I talking about? Sorry, they all kind of look the same.
There's so many dwarves.
Sorry, dwarves. Maybe you can do new beard styles or something.
All right, so we haven't seen a whole lot of the rest of the company yet. So here's a quick look at Gloin. He is the brother to Boyd, but most famously, you might know him as the father to Gimli. So we are seeing Gloin here during the Battle of 5 Armies as he does battle against the goblins of Gundabad, and it looks like he's not having much trouble at all.
Yeah, they love to throw things in that family.
Yeah.
All right, now let's take a look at Thorin, the mountain king.
All right. So here we are seeing Thorin, where he is fighting for his people during the Battle of 5 Armies. We really wanted to get across a war leader, kingly vibe here for Thorin near the end of the story.
Okay, Andy, can we see what Thorin looks like in game?
Sure.
All right.
Great, here we have Thorin, the Mountain King. Yeah, this is him at his most battle ready, charging in, axe in hand. This card is also pretty well equipped, I guess it's a pun, to equip with whatever magical swords or axes you find along your journey and start blasting people.
Yeah, super powerful, great sort of finisher as well. MagicCon, how excited are we to see the Hobbit later this year? Now we're not quite done with seeing some stuff from the Hobbit. We have a couple of special more things to see here, right, Andy? Ooh.
So, of course, we have full art lands in the set. This features, you know, that iconic moment of Thorin and company adventuring across Middle-earth. You can see them go from the Shire on the plains, crossing the long marshes, the river Anduin on the island, Mirkwood on the forest, and eventually ending up at that lonely mountain on the mountain. So. Even more full art lands. These are planes showing where it all began in a humble hobbit hole. Guest artist David Peterson illustrated these, showing us Bag End, going through the seasons as Bilbo is away on his journey. Let me see. So these seasonal hobbit lands are found in foil in bundles, non-foil in a pre-release pack, and in surge foils in the gift bundle.
And of course, we are in the world of Lord of the Rings, so we do have some reprints that will require some special language skills.
Okay, I unfortunately do not have those skills, but I can tell you that this card is Arcane Signet. So those runes left on the door, done at Bag End by Gandalf to indicate, hey Thorin, this is where y'all should meet up, right? So unlike the previous set, which had Elvish featured, we have Dwarven here, because it's only natural in our set with a billion dwarves.
Right, and you can find those in collector boosters. Now, The Hobbit is obviously a return for Magic to the world of Lord of the Rings, one of the most beloved Magic sets of all time, one of my personal favorites. And of course, to celebrate the return to Middle-earth, The Hobbit is going to come with some box toppers that might look a little familiar. I heard a lot of cheers and a few loud groans. I love it.
Yeah, so, you know, while the ring is mostly just a neat little magical invisible ring in The Hobbit, we all know the monster it turns out to be, not unlike the magic card. But I'm very excited we had this opportunity to take new creative swings at these cards as well, just because Tolkien's world is so vast and beautiful. So we got to have fun with a lot of these box toppers.
Very cool.
Yeah, so just like Andy was saying, it was so special getting to revisit some of these classics and favorites from Tales of Middle-earth. Among the first few that we selected early on was Tom Bombadil. We know how beloved he is as a character, and just bringing him back here with the brand new art and his brand new treatment was something really exciting for us.
He's just so jolly.
He's so jolly.
All right, back to more evil stuff. The Dark Lord, of course, is returning here as one of the most popular commanders from the set. We'd be remiss to not see this guy again. So I'll be clear, you know, we don't have the ring tempting you in the main set of the Hobbit, but we are not without some armies to amass and other tools for the Dark Lord, of course, to keep him happy.
So these are just some of the box toppers for the Hobbit, but let's finish our time together in Middle-earth by taking a look at a promo plus the full suite of all the cool things that come along with the product.
Yeah, so first we have our standard showdown promo. What else? Because I just think it'll be really cool to finally see this card in standard. It's just been modern legal for the longest time, and it just captures, you know, what elements that, you know, Tolkien brings to the table that are really easy to translate to Magic. So I just love this card.
Yeah, very cool. And we've got many returning favorites to help you get your Hobbit on. Your Hobbit. Oh, all right, never mind. And let's take a look at some products.
All right, so for Magic the Gathering, the Hobbit, we'll have our usual offerings of play boosters, collector boosters, a full-fledged pre-release experience, a set bundle that'll come with booster packs. We also have some fun other surprises like a draft night kit where you and your friends and family are able to tell your own stories in Middle-earth. We have a couple new scene boxes featuring some iconic scenes from The Hobbit. A gift bundle that Annie had mentioned earlier that'll be coming out September 4th of this year. That's where you can find those foil seasonal planes if you want them. Super excited about that. And last,
yeah, what's this?
The adventure will continue next year in a Battle of Five Armies co-op experience kit. So you and your friends can get together, battle against the goblins and the wargs to claim Lonely Mountain for your own. Maybe, you know, find who can hold the title of King Under the Mountain, or perhaps break out into a melee all yourselves. Who knows? So that'll be coming out next year. We'll be talking about that one a little bit later, but that has some fun new cards in it as well.
All right, so let's take a look at when this product will be releasing in just a few short months. Pre-release on August 7th, and the release on August 14th. Who's excited for The Hobbit? All right, friends, it is time to leave Middle-earth for now. Annie and Nick, please give it up for our amazing guests up here on stage. Thank you for being with us today. We can't wait to find out about more what's going on in the Shire and beyond. But until then, thanks all for coming, and let's journey back into Magic Multiverse, everyone, and we'll see what's happening with the events after the Secrets of Strixhaven.
Jace Beleren is the greatest mind mage the multiverse has ever known. He kept peace between the guilds of Ravnica. He faced the Eldrazi and formed the Gatewatch. He matched wits with the Elder Dragon Nicol Bolas. For a time, there was no obstacle he couldn't overcome, until the Phyrexian invasion. On plane after plane, Jace saw horror, loss, and devastation, and worst of all, he'd been a part of it. His own body had been conscripted to serve the Phyrexian cause, as had that of his love of Vraska. The guilt and shame of it threatened to break him altogether. But while witnessing all of that suffering, Jace had a revelation. What if things didn't have to be this way? What if no one ever had to suffer? To face horrors beyond understanding? To fight against the twisted mockeries of those you once called friends? That revelation became a theory. The theory became a spell, one so powerful it nearly destroyed him. That spell became a new reality, a better one, perfect and free of suffering. At least, that's how it was supposed to be.
All right, everyone, it is time for Reality to Fracture. Please welcome to the stage Mark Rosewater and Maris Mullally. Wow, please tell us about yourselves and what you did on the set.
So I'm Mark Rosewater, head designer for Magic the Gathering. But for this set, I was the lead vision designer.
And I'm Hayley, senior world building designer. I was the narrative lead for Reality Fracture.
All right, let's dive right in. For those of you that are new to Reality Fracture, let's answer this first very big question. What is the Echoverse?
The Echoverse is an alternate reality that Jace has created in his attempts to improve the multiverse. He wants to undo all of the suffering that people have experienced through the Phyrexia, the Eldrazi, a few others. And for those of you who know Jace, you know he's a planner, you know he's been putting the pieces together for a few years now, and we're about to see his new reality.
Ooh.
Do you guys want to see the grand architect of this great plan?
Oh, hey there.
Yeah, or as he's known right now, the Theorist.
So let's see the Fracture at work. Something that we've seen before and something that we've never seen before.
Okay, so let me explain what's going on here. So, when we first had the idea of doing this and doing an alternate sort of reality, a what-if set, people have been asking us to do a what-if set for a long time. But before we begin, before there's vision design, before exploratory design, we have these meetings we call the seeds meetings. And it's for all get together and just everybody talk through what we think the set's going to be about. And I was really excited. We're doing a what-if set, and my boss, Aaron Forsyth, said, here's my problem with the what-if set. Don't you have to understand what the what-if is? Meaning, if I show you a character, only if you know the character is different do you understand the what-if quality. And he goes, that's my worry. I know that longtime fans might recognize it, but I need everybody who plays to recognize it. And so that was a challenge in exploratory design. How do we communicate what if without making you know the things already in the story? So we came up with a pretty crazy idea. I said, what if we show you both of them together? What happens if you open a booster pack and not only do you see Fire Chandra, but you also see Ice Chandra? And the idea is that you know Ice Chandra is weird because you see Fire Chandra. So even if you didn't know Fire Chandra, you got to see Ice Chandra. And so in every single booster pack of Reality Fracture, you're going to get a pair of characters in different colors that represent the same character. So for example, on the screen you can see Chandra, Torch of Defiance. This is a Chandra we know and love. She's a bit of a hothead. She's a bit of a fireball. But Jay said, hey, what if she was a little cooler headed? What if she wasn't a mage of fire, but a mage of ice?
Wowee.
And so, for example, you might open up the booster pack and they'll be together. That is the idea, that every single booster pack has a paired group of characters showing the character as we know them and as we don't know them.
Yeah, just Icy Chandra, words I didn't think I would ever sort of be saying. Now let's take a look at some of the art from the set that also represents this Reality Fracture. Maris, what are we looking at here?
Well, this is what happens when you discover you have an alternate reality doppelganger. It's a little bit messes with your mind. Jace is trying to make a perfect multiverse, and what he defines as perfect comes with his own biases. So Chandra, she's always been impulsive. He and Chandra have always butted heads. What if she was happier? What if she was calmer? What if she just chilled out? So he started looking at the influences in her life. What could change? What could be different? What if her dad never died at the hands of Avishkar's consulate? What if instead Chandra and her dad helped run the consulate to keep Avishkar safe?
Very interesting. Now this next piece of art goes pretty hard. Do we have any Garrick fans in the audience? All right, let's see what they've done to our boy.
On Jason's behalf, I should comment that building an entire reality takes a lot of work. You've got a lot of factors to take into consideration. It didn't necessarily intend for Gareth to end up with the chain veil, but you tweak something here and put Liliana on a different path, and you tweak something else here, and the ripples of reality output some unexpected results. But that doesn't mean that those unexpected results aren't useful. They help keep people out of from messing with your reality.
And we've got a cool little variation on his axe as well. So let's take a close-up look at that.
So Gareth first premiered in Lorwyn with the Lorwyn 5, and he's had his axe ever since, and from the very beginning. But we've somehow never made the axe. We didn't make it once in Nerf. I actually own a Nerf.
I think a lot of us might have that Nerf axe.
But finally, we're going to make a version. I mean, we're not showing the card today, but we're finally going to make Garrett's axe.
Very cool. I cannot wait to see what that does. But let's move on here. Another big question I have is, who is Tam?
So this might be a familiar face to some. Tamira, or Tam to her friends, has appeared in Lorwyn Eclipse and Secrets of Strixhaven, but she is more than just an inquisitive Quandrix student on an adventure. She's a little bit like that blue Trondor we saw earlier. She's an artificial person that has been created by Jace. And this whole time, she's been Jace's spy in the multiverse, helping him set the stage for his plans, what he needs to do to get his reality finally set up, including kidnapping Jaxi, the Oracle of Arcavios, and pushing her through to the Echoverse. She is a very important keystone in Jace's entire plan.
So this is Tam. We're not showing the card today, but I'll give a little bit of teaser about her card. There were a lot of challenges of designing this set. There were a lot of, and one of the challenges was the main antagonist is Jace. But he's like one card. Like, how do you represent that environmentally? And we came up with a really cool mechanic to represent that. We're not showing it today, but it is Tam. It's on Tam, and it is, like I said, there's a lot of really inventive things we did. Normally when I turn in a set, we like to turn things a little high. Like, I like to turn the set in a little bit crazier than it needs to be, so that set design can calm it down a little bit. There was no calming. They turned in crazy, they made crazy. This is a full high-octane set. There is all sorts of really interesting things happening in the set.
Very cool. Now, Tam's obviously very key to everything that's happening here, but there's so much more going on in Reality Fracture and the Echoverse, so let's learn a little bit more.
The Echoverse is far from perfect, populated by eerie doppelgangers and warped versions of Magic's many heroes and villains. And it's hungry. To sustain itself, it needs to consume everything it imitates. Now, the only way to prevent the multiverse itself from being overwritten is to take down its creator, a hero who has saved the planes of existence countless times. It's the Gatewatch versus Jace. Welcome to Reality Fracture.
So, to create and stabilize this entire new reality, Jace needed an abundance of magical energy and an abundance of magical knowledge. So he set up his base of operations at Hexhaven, an uncanny, twisting tower of a campus that echoes Strixhaven in certain ways, and is the preeminent battle mage academy of the Echoverse.
All right, let's introduce the vibe of Hexhaven. Let's meet the headliner for Reality Fracture. First card. Bloodline Recollector, and here we see all the different versions.
Okay, so this card does a really good job of showing kind of the playground we had in the design. What If is super fun. So we were doing Hexhaven, which was a twisted version of Strixhaven, but that didn't mean we couldn't mechanically do some fun stuff. So we brought back Prepared, for example. And if you look at the Prepared spell, it's a What If Prepared spell. you guys know our reality, where blue for 1 mana drew 3 cards. But what if that card had been black? Meets Ancestral Craving.
Ooh.
And I should stress, by the way, while we're doing what ifs, this is not planar chaos. The color pie is staying true. We're not messing with the color pie. But like, Ancestral Craving does make you pay life. It's still pretty good. But the idea is, you can see, we're playing around with what you guys know from Magic's past. And we're taking a lot of what ifs in really fun and exciting places.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Ooh, look at these guys.
So we've got a little bit about Hexhaven, and this was our chance to make the allied color schools that everyone's been asking for, but did not exist on proper Arcavios.
Yeah, so one of the things that whenever we made Strixhaven, right away people were saying, okay, when you get into the ally schools, and I'm like, no, we didn't save anything for the, like, those are the schools, we made the schools. But it's a common request. And so when we were playing around with the what if set, I'm like, oh, this is the perfect place to do the ally schools. So what we did is, it's the same 5 schools loosely, studying the same basic subject matter. We took one of their colors and then removed the other color so that it's an ally color pair.
And guess what? We are going to be revealing all 5 of those schools today. So if you love Strixhaven, get ready for Hexhaven.
Okay, so white still likes studying history, but it brought blue along with it. Blue still studies math, but it brought along black. Black still studies literature, but it brought along red. Red still studies art, but it brought along green. Green still studies science, but it brought along white.
Wow. So we're going to share a little bit more about these schools today, just 3 of them. So Maris, what do you have for us?
All right. So in Fatehold, our School of Future History, the mages are predicting all the possible futures, looking for that optimal end state, and then manipulating the present and affecting different elements to get that course of history to change toward that optimal endpoint. And that's a talent that Jace is very keen to exploit.
Yeah, I bet. All right, very mysterious, very cool. What else do we have?
We also have Theorix, our School of Esoteric Mathematics, and these mages achieve power over reality through math and theoretical physics. They are twisting the rules of reality and exploring the impossibilities to develop solutions to the world's problems. Sounds great.
Cool. All right, what's the last school that we're going to get into early?
The last school we're going to share with you today is Bigger Blue, the School of Invasive Healing. They can cultivate plants in really any substrate, and they are tasked with keeping the Hexhaven battle mages alive and fighting. So they will implant a plant material or graft of surgery with plants to heal injuries and fix ailments. And they also do a lot of experiments on themselves, so you'll notice many Bigger Bloom students have plants growing out of them or have veiny vines.
Sounds like a pretty exciting place to be. What is it like to be on the Hexhaven campus?
It's fine. Assuming that you can follow the theorist rules. He's got many lines of defense throughout Hexhaven and throughout the multiverse, the Echoverse in general. These are a number of faceless henchmen who guard the halls of Hexhaven. They just so happen to resemble the bullies that picked on Jace when he was a child on Vryn, but you know, it's just Jace's subconscious working overtime. I'm sure it's nothing. He also has ample surveillance as another line of defense throughout the Echoverse Arcavios and elsewhere in the Echoverse. A number of creatures have developed a very prominent eyeball with an iris in the shape of the Theorist sigil.
Now, Mark, I love seeing all this amazing art, but we do love cards here. As
I would like to show a card.
Yeah.
Could we show a card?
Can we show a card?
So, in our world, it's a snap, but in the Echoverse, it's a sting. So the idea is, one of the fun things about doing a what if set is we can take things from the past. In fact, there's a blog post I made back in 2012 that's been going around recently where I said, oh, we kind of always wish we made Snapcaster Mage in red. And so instead of Flash, it has haste. But now we get to make the red Snapcaster Mage, known as Stingcaster Mage.
And this is it. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And the set, by the way, for all you franchise fans out there, there is so many Easter eggs in the set that we took a lot of classic Magic spells and did twists on them, and so this is just, if you love Magic's past, but I assume you guys all do, you will really, really enjoy this set.
And this piece of art is an example of the Shattered Mirror art style. It gives us a glimpse of the Echoverse reality with broken glass fragments that hint at what the original multiverse spell or creature was. And then you'll be able to see the facet foil in collector boosters. They're in a collector booster element, and they look really cool when they hit the battlefield.
So very cool. Now, I'm so excited for this set, Stingcaster Mage. What a card. When do we get our hands on Reality Fracture, and what are going to be our options?
Okay, so we're going to have our play boosters, our collector boosters, we have a commander deck, we have game nights, we have draft night, we have a bundle, and a special new secret lair bundle, which we're not talking about today.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Yeah. And then it looks like the pre-release is coming up pretty soon.
Oh yeah, you can enter the Echoverse on September 25th at pre-release, or October 2nd on the full release.
All right. Okay, it's almost time for us to leave Reality Fracture. But before we do, there is this.
So, in this piece called Face Yourself, we have brought back together Magic's original 5 Planeswalkers, who we call the Lorwyn 5, plus Vraska, who's very important to the story. And here they have to face each other, and fight for the right of which multiverse gets to survive.
Wow, incredible art, what a throwback. It's like looking at a Magic Sistine Chapel. Now, Mark is going to stay with us for this next segment, but Maris, we're going to send you back out into the multiverse. Let's give it up for Maris Millay, everybody. Okay, friends, we've been to the Shire, we've been to the world of Reality Fracture, we checked out Hexhaven, I lost my face, I got it back, and now we're going to move the multiverse lens once again to Marvel Superheroes!
Okay, so I actually lent 2 sets this year. One of the sets I lent was Reality Fracture, and the other was Marvel Superheroes. So, as the story goes, when Aaron Forsythe first pitched to me the idea of doing Universes Beyond, the literal first words out of my mouth was dibs on Marvel. And so he actually came to me maybe a year and a half later. So when we originally pitched to Marvel, I made the original cards that we pitched with. And there was so much stuff to do. Marvel has 60 plus years of stories. We knew that we needed to do more than one set. And so I was so excited. And the opportunity to lead the vision design for Marvel Superheroes is like a little kid dream come true. And so I was hoping today we could talk about Marvel vision design.
Yeah, Mark's Marvel vision design. It's got a great ring to it.
Okay, so let's talk about Marvel vision design. Okay, first up, the vision shows up on a red common. We have a common red effect that we do that likes to show love. Red often shows a lot of anger and other emotions, but red is also the color of passion. And so, why not show one of the classic couples of Marveldom, the Vision and the Scarlet Witch? And so, it's not a repeat of that red common, but it's a tweak on it. But we thought, who better to be on on the picture than this card? So we're not showing the card, but you guys can kind of guess the effect I'm talking about.
Of course, I love it. Okay, I love what we're doing with vision here. Let's see what other visions you've had.
Okay, so we're also doing a jump start for Marvel, and one of the packets is called Scarlet, and it shows the Scarlet Witch and the Vision.
Look at that.
This card represents both of them together, teaming up. It's a creature card on one card.
Okay, we've got a lot more vision coming up, don't we, Mark? You've got a lot of vision, it seems.
Turns out Marvel has lots of vision. Okay, next, we also made some commander decks. So we needed to make a vision for the commander decks. But I mean, You guys, the art's fun to look at. Do you want to see a card?
Let's see a card.
Okay,
Vision
so this is from the
in game.
internet. So the Vision, for those that might not know, has a lot of different powers. One of his powers is, besides he can fly, he can change his density. And so he can become super dense, or he can become so light that he becomes intangible and he can go through things. And when he does it in the comics, they refer to it as phasing.
How convenient.
So we figured if the Vision phases, maybe we can take advantage of that since Magic kind of had phasing be a thing.
So you're saying you came up with phasing?
Right, yes.
All right, this is one of the Vision cards today, but I think we're going to get a little bit more than just one.
This is a Vision from the main set.
Ooh.
So it's a rare. As I said, Vision has a lot of different powers. For example, like I said, he can fly. He actually can shoot a beam out of his head. That's the solar beam. He can control his density. And technically means he's super smart because he's an android, or a synthezoid technically. And so, I mean, he has all these different powers. So we wanted to represent all the different things that we could do. So designing Vision was a lot of fun. I do love Vision design.
All right, I'm trying to use my Vision powers to see when we're going to be able to get our hands on this set here. And it looks like pre-release is June 19th, and release is June 26th. Mark, who's excited for this set, by the way? One of my most anticipated sets of the year. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Mark, you know, you've been with us on stage for a while. I'm getting a little bored of you, to be honest. I think I want to hear someone else's vision, if possible.
Rude.
Somebody talking about a vision?
What? Who's that?
You talking about me behind the back?
Hey!
Is that what's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Bettany! Welcome to MagicCon!
I'm MagicCon. And hello, Las Vegas. I always want to say that.
Paul, wow, it's such an honor to have you on stage here. Who's excited? This is a dream come true for me. I'm just dropping things left and right here. Now, Paul, you've had more than 30 years in the craft. How near and dear to your heart is Vision? It's a relatively new part of your persona.
Vision has become really dear to my heart, and it was actually once I started meeting the fans and realizing who the fans of Vision were, and essentially they were me.
Right.
When I was at school, somebody who didn't feel like they fit in, were the outsider, and well, the nerds.
That's right.
Yes. And so, yeah, it has become increasingly moving to me over the years to see how that character affects those people, you know, and makes them feel seen.
Yeah. Now, when you first signed on to play Jarvis originally, did you ever think that you'd be a flesh and blood character in the MCU?
No, I had absolutely no idea. And initially what would happen is they would make the film.
Right.
And if there was a logic problem that they could solve with Robert Downey's terrible acting, or with CG,
right.
They would have me just say, "Oh, the baddies are coming," and then they would give me a big bag of cash.
As they do.
And then I would go home. And then they made me actually show up and work for a living.
Now, what's it like to see something like the Vision come to a card game, a brand new world, and with a room like this that is just so stoked for it?
For me, it's so exciting. Every new iteration of the Vision and his story and his legend, you know, just keeps that conversation going, and to see the enthusiasm that there obviously is out here, it's fantastic for me. I love it.
Now, as a lot of you might know, the Vision is very associated with a particular stone, the Mind Stone. And I've got a bit of a vision. What if we had our good friend Paul here add the Mind Stone to the Infinity Gauntlet?
Well, I happen to have it right here.
What? You just carry it around with you?
Yeah, and I gotta say, this is a little triggering for me.
So,
I don't know if you remember the last time I saw this stone. It's hard for me to believe the cruelty involved in having me place the Mind Stone in the gauntlet.
that's a good point.
I mean, not even Thanos made me do that. But here we go, I guess. There it is. There it is.
Incredible.
I'll get that back someday.
Yeah, someday. Paul, thank you so much. Now, a Mind Stone in an Infinity Gauntlet is one thing. Paul, do you think we should show them what it might look like in a game? Yeah. Let's take a look.
So nice. So many collectors.
All right, Mark, I think it's time for you to have a little talk. What are we looking at here?
Okay, so we first decided to do the Marvel sets. We knew we were doing a bunch of sets, and we wanted a through line. And we said, what is something that you could collect? If only the Marvel Universe had something that people collected. And obviously, the Infinity Stones make perfect sense. So we saw the Soul Stone in Spider-Man, and we're doing the Avengers now, so the Mind Stone seemed like the perfect one to add. Note, it had to be the Mind Stone, because Mind Stone already existed. So we're doing the same treatments like we did before. There's multiple versions of it, from the normal version all the way to the super sparkly version. And so this is the headliner for Marvel superheroes. So, and maybe we'll make some more down the road.
Maybe. All right, everybody. Show for some on stage. And Nick Barris, find out for the wonderful voiceovers, and of course our amazing special guest Paul Bettany. Have an amazing MagicCon, everybody. We'll see you around.
So, you used to write for Blade? Yeah. Oh, that's neat. What was your name, sir?
Evan.
I was curious, and what are you writing for now?
Magic and chat, but mostly out of music. Yeah. It's they wanted me to
way
do,
different.
They wanted me to do more TFU style stuff, and that's just sticky. So.
Well, I mean, maybe not in a professional sense. Yeah.
I left because they wanted me to talk to like Rich Wallace. I was like, I can't do that.
It's fucked up. Let the guy like.
Well, no, I got laid off before that. So.
Oh, they laid you off
So I got
before you
severance.
said no.
So I got severance.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, I'm just doing media for BigPapsOG right now. So
oh, cool.
I'm in PR now, so I'm much happier. No more stress.
Well, I mean, if you wouldn't mind, just because reporting and being press is something I was interested in, if you wouldn't mind, like a coffee or something, or if you're willing to come on live, if you wouldn't mind, sir?
What?
Like an email or phone number? Yeah. And I'm stoked on this guy right here. You know that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, thanks, man. I'll reach out. This is my channel. I'm MrDjlonghair. It's all one word, and that's on YouTube. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I got some hustling to do, so thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.